Hello, my friend. Welcome back to another week of What's Up in Makeup. We have a top news segment at the top of top news that has been the big controversy in the makeup and skincare space over the past week, and it's gamer Valkyrae and her new skincare line called Reflect. I have a lot that I want to talk to you about this topic. Some things have been talked about. Some other things I don't know if people are talking about it, but I want to talk to you about it because it's really freaking me out. Then we're going to be talking about Trend Mood's post on Mariah Carey's potential cosmetic line coming out. This is weird too. There's just weird things happening. Is Mercury in retrograde or something? Like weird things. But then the last story we're going to touch on is a brand new study out of Italy about a potential new skincare ingredient. And this never happens, and it's coming from a very unlikely place. If you're interested in what's up in makeup this week, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. Let's start off talking about Valkyrae. All right. The marketing of it actually really makes sense for Valkyrae in that she is a gamer. She spends a lot of time in front of a screen. So the skincare line is specifically for everyone who uses a screen for blue light protection. In a live stream, Valkyrae said it took 2 years to develop. It is vegan, it's gluten-free, and according to their FAQs, they are working on being Leaping Bunny certified, which is great. If you do a Google search for the brand, what comes up first is an ad from Ulta, in that there is a link that has been created for this line at Ulta. Whether it eventually goes to Ulta, I don't know. The link is broken at this point. Well, not broken, but it doesn't lead to anything. There's no products up, but I would imagine this is going to be at Ulta, which is a huge deal for any cosmetic brand, let alone a brand new one. This is where it starts going bad. Okay. She told Allure, quote, "When I first started streaming, I was in front of a computer for maybe 6 to 9 hours a day. My face was melting, covered in acne. Sometimes I wouldn't even want to stream with a webcam because I would feel so insecure about my skin. And I realized it was affecting my performance. I felt like I didn't look good. I just wasn't performing as well as I wanted to." Just so incredibly cringe there, and just out of tune with our space. But I digress. Let's just continue. So this is the thing, is that I understand the connection between a gamer and blue light screen protecting skincare. Like, I get it. But the problem is it's based on zero legit science. And the comment she made about acne, I wish that her management team, because she did mention she has a management team, or somebody had looked into this, because blue light therapy is actually used to treat acne. Not blue light from screens, but just blue light in general. Like a lot of those face masks that you can get that have the LED lights, there's a blue setting specifically used to treat acne, and I know it's sometimes used in dermatologist's office as well. So there's the first problem. The second problem, I'm actually going to quote from Dr. Dre's video. I'm going to link Andrea's video down below in case you want to watch the whole thing, but this is the science according to Dr. Dre. Not that Dr. Dre, but this Dr. Dre. So here we go. This is what she says. She says that there's some research to suggest that blue light can affect the skin, especially with hyperpigmentation and especially with deeper skin tones. She also said that blue light can contribute to free radical damage in the skin, similar to the way that UV light contributes to free radical damage. What she stated in the video is that the general consensus is that the blue light damage that our skin experiences is directly from the sun and not from screens. That there just isn't enough blue light coming from the screen in order to affect your skin. Now, I did a little bit of personal research, and I did see some things where people were holding their phones against their face, and I guess the phone was shining the light on their face, and they did see some photo aging from that. But that was really the only thing that I could find that was even slightly different than what Dr. Dre had said. So beyond what Dr. Dre said, I wanted to go full Jen Love into this, and I went over to the website and I was like, let me just look and see what I see. And what I saw was a hot freaking mess on a very beautiful website. This website is gorgeous. You can just tell that somebody spent a lot of money to hire someone that really knew what they were doing in website design. Unfortunately, other than that, it's just a complete mess. So when you go to the ingredient list, there's no commas, which makes it really difficult to figure out where one ingredient starts and the other one ends. Thankfully, I've looked at a lot of ingredient lists, so I could pretty much figure it out. But even in that, like Andrea had said, there are some of their touted ingredients on their website aren't listed in the ingredient list for the product. Hello, editing Jen here. I know well, in my time, it's been about an hour and a half since I filmed, and I looked at my Instagram and Reflect actually answered some of my questions that I had sent to them. So I'm gonna cut out some of the parts that I filmed a minute ago and fill them in with the things Reflect has told me directly. Really, essentially, I wanted to know about those two major ingredients that they're advertising, that RE3, which is the blend of 3 different rice extracts, and then the BLPF, the blue light protection factor. What is that? Because I couldn't find antioxidants in the ingredient list. And this is what they said, is that even though where it says key ingredients, that's listed on every single product on the website, that RE3 is only in the lip balm, which I thought was kind of weird. Then the BLPF, what they say that ingredient is a single ingredient called Artemisia capillaris flower extract. And I don't know anything about this ingredient. So I just did some quick Googling. I'm not a professional, cosmetic chemist, but just as someone who is an ingredient geek, I check the resources that I typically check when I look up ingredients. And basically what I found was that there are some research studies about antioxidant activity and this ingredient within the liver, but it is an out of the human body study. There was also one that I didn't understand, something about gold particles, but I couldn't find any use of this in skincare. So I asked them specifically, do you have any human skin studies that say that this protects from blue light? And they directed me to their website. So they have a whole page now on the Blue Light 101, how blue light impacts your skin. You can read it. I will link it down below. But they talk about, the research behind it, their different studies and things, and then how to defend against blue light. And they talk about sunscreen, but they also talk about their products. But then at the very, very bottom, it says the information on this page is from third parties, and Reflect did not commission the studies and does not endorse the conclusions reached by the third parties, but provide the excerpts for informational purposes only. That's something. That is something there. So what this tells me, reading between the lines, in my opinion, is that there is no research that says that their key ingredient, this blue light protection factor, actually protects against blue light, which to me is a huge miss. That is a huge miss. So the other big question I had for Reflect was about their ingredient lists. And honestly, I was looking at the cleanser ingredients. I was like, this does not look like a cleanser. Like the typical cleanser ingredients that I see are not here. What is going on? They also didn't have in the cleanser the touted ingredients like niacinamide, glycolic, and lactic acid were not in the ingredient list. They told me that the ingredient lists are incorrect and they're working on fixing those. I asked about, what's going on with the other ingredient lists. Are those going to be updated as well? And they said, yes, they're all being updated. So they base their entire skincare line on their idea that blue light from screens affects your skin negatively, and then their ingredient that protects your skin from the blue light isn't research-based in humans. Why? What? So I'm gonna go back to Jen an hour and a half ago because she still has some things to say, but that's the update. The last time I felt like this about a skincare line was Trisha Paytas's skincare line. I'm gonna go ahead and link the unlisted video that I had created that I only opened up to members in case you wanna watch what was my take on the Trisha Paytas skincare line. It feels like that. Feels like people that don't know anything about skincare are creating a skincare line. That's exactly what it feels like. This is where I'm gonna kind of play the other side a little bit because I do know that Valkyrie's getting a ton of backlash right now. She did put up a statement that I'm gonna go ahead and play here. It's just a voice thing. So let's go ahead and listen to that real quick.
I just wanted to give a quick update, even though I'm probably not allowed to do this, but it's been a very, very long 2 days. But I've been waiting to speak and to stream until after I see how the Reflect website has been updated. I also wanted to say that all of the hate and the doubt and the concerns and the criticism are all warranted and valid. I understand completely where you're all coming from. I also was very upset and confused when I saw the website and there were no links to the studies or credits to the labs or the people that work behind the scenes to make Reflect happen. So yeah, it's very confusing, lacking a lot of information, but they're updating it now, and after it's updated, I will stream and I will answer everything, and I will talk about my experience and all of it later. Yeah, I just want to give an update.
When I look at this line from an outsider's perspective, it seems like there are these two women that are partners with Valkyrae that are kind of using Valkyrae as the face of the brand. Like, she doesn't seem to really know anything about skincare, anything about, you know, what is happening behind the scenes, about formulation, any of that. She just hears, you know, blue light protection. I'm a gamer. This will help, you know, people that game a lot with their skin. Yay, this sounds great. When these two women, their names are Claudia Pochia and Joanna Coles, they're supposed to be the pros here. They're supposed to be the ones that know the beauty industry, that know business, that I feel personally are the most responsible for the mess that is this launch, because the products just aren't based in science. And at this point in skincare, this is not, you know, 2002. This is 2021. Consumers are smart. We know what's happening. We can find this information. We have professionals telling us what's good, what works, what doesn't work, what's research-based. Like, you can't, like, I could never go in and just make a video game. Like, I don't know that world. And they threw this gamer into this world of skincare without really knowing what they were getting into. So I'm curious to know what you think. Do you think that it was Valkyrae's responsibility to make sure she did her skincare research, to make sure that what she was promoting was something that was legit, or are you giving her a pass? Do you feel like it was more her partner's responsibilities? Or do you feel like, really, like, if you're gonna put your name on something, you really need to make sure you know what you're promoting and do your own dang research as an adult? I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments down below. A little less controversial, we have another collab, this one with MAC and Lisa from Blackpink. I am not a K-pop person, so I am not super familiar, but I know that she is very, very popular. The IG post says, quote, designed by Lisa, created by MAC, exclusively for you, featuring all her favorite products plus all new shades inspired by what she loves most, coming soon. So we don't know a ton about the collection. I did see Trend Mood had a couple of pictures up, but these are the ones that have been officially released by MAC. It's got an MAC XL, like collaborating with L. And there is a countdown on MAC's website that ends on December 3rd. If you're curious about this collection, you can sign up for updates on MAC's website. I will put the link down below. When I do my research for What's Up in Makeup, I browse a bunch of different websites, and this was the most popular story on all of the major beauty websites, and it's Billie Eilish's fragrance that is coming out soon. In an interview with Teen Vogue, Billie said, quote, I've always been in love with fragrance since I was a kid, even before I knew what perfume was. And then she said, I just really wanted to do this forever, and I finally found the people who could help me make this scent I have been chasing forever. So they did give Billie full creative control over the vision, the bottle design, and the campaign. The fragrance is called Eilish. It is vegan and it is cruelty-free. It's described as an amber gourmand with a warm vanilla scent, specifically with top notes of sugared petals, juicy mandarin and red berries, and a heart with soft spices, rich cocoa, and creamy vanilla. And then the dry down has base notes of musk and wood. The scent's being launched with global beauty company Parlux Ltd. They're also behind brands like Vince Camuto, Jason Wu, Kenneth Cole, Paris Hilton, and Sean John. My favorite quote about this launch came from the Pop Sugar article that I read, again, linked down below. She said, quote, it sounds like a lot, but I want you to be sexually attracted to yourself when you wear this perfume. That's really how I feel. I want people to feel obsessed with themselves and infatuated with themselves, and I feel like they're unstoppable. And I just love that. Like, I want to be sexually attracted to myself. Like, I'm thinking about buying this. It is set to launch exclusively next month at BillieEilishFragrances.com. It's $68, and honestly, I do kind of want this. Like, the notes sound like something I would like, and I wanna be attracted to myself. So yeah, it's on the wish list. So this picture was on Trend Mood's Instagram, and I'm honestly not sure what to make of it. So there have been whispers about Mariah Carey starting a beauty line since 2017. I'll link the Allure article down below where they were talking about it, and this is what they had said on the website. Quote, Mariah and Stella are opening a business together, their own beauty company that they hope will feature their own products of makeup, skincare, and fragrances, a source revealed to the publication. They plan on opening a brick and mortar store in Beverly Hills and have been secretly looking at a number of retail spaces with a plan to unveil it this holiday season or next year buy the latest. So if we're doing the math on that one, that would have been holiday of 2018 at the latest. And we know that this doesn't exist, so something happened. Now in the picture, there is a website that you can go to. It's just MariahCareyBeauty.com. When you go there, it's just a 404 error. There's like, isn't even like a landing page. You know when Ariana Grande was talking about launching REM Beauty, how there was like there was a landing page where you could sign up for emails. I mean, that's the way like my Mad Marshmallows website was when I started it, is there was a place where you could sign up for emails. I mean, just like a basic landing page, there's nothing there. I mean, it does seem to be purchased because then it would be like a GoDaddy website or, you know what I mean? Like there would be some kind of like weird, like this domain is up for grabs or whatever message. So it does have a 404 error. So somebody has it, but I don't know what's happening with it. And I don't know if that's real. So I'll just let you know if I hear anything else. I mean, it could be legit. It absolutely could be. I doubt it, but it could be. But yeah, I'll keep looking out for you. A website and brand that does exist and for sale, the founder of Urban Decay has started a new cosmetic company called Valkyrae. Her name is Wendy Zumnier, and she decided basically that Urban Decay is just such a big, huge brand, and there really isn't a lot of control from Wendy anymore. And based on the interview, it sounds like she just wanted to get more into the creative process and just kind of start from scratch. This is what she said to Allure. She said, quote, "I like things kind of scrappy. I always loved the resourcefulness play." And I thought that was an interesting quote. She is using Sephora's clean ingredient standards as a base for developing these products, which, I mean, okay, whatever. She also said to Allure that there's a lot coming down the pike for Valkyrae, and she just can't say what, but she can tell you that it'll be all about, quote, "clean makeup, dirty minds, and sexy sustainability." I'm wondering how they're gonna fit the dirty minds thing into it. But I mean, I'm not surprised. I have to say I'm not surprised. So right now there's only 2 products over there. There's the Come Hell or High Water mascara. It's $24. It is a tubing mascara. They don't specifically say like it's a tubing mascara, but they do talk about how it, you know, just kind of rolls off of the lashes like a traditional tubing mascara. And there's also the Surf Proof Easy Glider Eye Definer Waterproof Pencil. Those are $20. And I just think it's kind of fun that she's doing something different. And I'm curious to see where this brand is gonna go. Congratulations to Wendy. And then finally, our fun, lighthearted story of the week. And this one is about beer. You know, it's really hard to find a new skincare ingredient. The last time we had a big boom of a new skincare ingredient, it was CBD, and everybody lost their minds over CBD. They did a study in Italy. It was published this month in the research publication called Cosmetics. And it says that there is some evidence to suggest that upcycling craft beer byproducts such as spent malts, hops, and yeast could have a benefit in skincare and or supplements. In the study, they're looking at the total phenol content and also the antioxidant activity of different types of the waste that comes from craft beer production. They found that hops had the highest value, followed by malt and yeast. And then in the study abstract, it does say, quote, "It is interesting to note that waste yeast frequently showed higher values than those of the starting material. It can be inferred that yeast is able to absorb phenols from the beer during brewing." So the test was done in vitro, which means outside of the human body. So we don't know how this is going to be in a skincare formula. It's like the baby phase of, you know, trying to figure out whether this is going to do anything or not. So the next step would actually be to put it on human skin in a basic skincare formulation to see whether there was antioxidant activity. But it's interesting. It's really interesting. And it's funny because the first thing I thought of as I was reading this was I was wondering if Valkyrae drinks beer, because this could be a whole new direction. All right, my friend, it is time for the product report. We have lots of interesting collection releases this week. So let's start with Hipdot Tapatio Dia de los Muertos makeup collection. It is $72. The products are not sold individually, just in the bundle. We have a pigment and cream palette, a mini liquid lipstick set. There's a brown shade, they call it plum, but it looks kind of brown to me, an orange, a red, and a pink in that collection. Then there's a glitter set where you get a silver, a red, and a black, and then a beauty sponge shaped like a lime, which I thought was really cool. And on their website, they have this descriptor. It says, why a lime? It's a popular item placed on the ofrenda. It's the altar of offering when celebrating Dia de los Muertos. You will often see this item accompanied by a shot of tequila, which I thought was kind of cool. I did not know that. I learned something new. And then separately, this. They have a set of 10 printed sheet masks for $15. Those are so fun. They actually look really nice as far as the ingredients. I mean, it's lots of hydrating ingredients, antioxidants, but there is peppermint extract in there, so expect a cooling feeling when you use them. If you don't like peppermint in your skincare, you want to skip those. This is shipping only to the US and Canada, and pre-orders are expected to ship mid to late November due to COVID-19 delays with the freight shipping. So that's kind of a bummer, but it is available now. Also available now, the Trixie Cosmetics Just a Girl collection. This is available in bundles and also in individuals. There's the Just a Girl blush palettes. It's 3 heart-shaped pans, 2 lip glosses in Truth or Dare and Ginger Spice. And then as usual, there's a bunch of merch. There's a mini backpack, a pencil case. There's a fuzzy bucket hat. And there's a heart-shaped powder puff and then some scrunchies. Prices range from $6 for the powder puff to $46 for the backpack. And then for the makeup products, the blush palette's $28 and the lip glosses are $16 each. Trixie Cosmetics comes out with the cutest stuff. Speaking of cute stuff, Dominique Cosmetics Coral Blossom Palette, $42. I love this color story. It is so pretty. And of course the butterflies. Love me some butterflies. I think it's really pretty. They say it has a mix of creamy neutrals and coral tones with 5 multi-purpose colors, great for using as blush, bronzer, or highlighter, which I thought that was kind of cool. Very similarly, Huda Beauty is releasing the Rose Quartz collection. This is launching on November 1st. I just like how both of these collections are just very soft and flowery, and they're just cute. The Rose Quartz palette is part of this collection. There's 18 shades, and there's the Rose Quartz face glosses with gold and pink pearls for a sheer rosy glow, they say. And then a Silk Balm Rose Quartz lip balm infused with Rose Quartz powder, and again, those pink and gold pearls. And then a Wishful Rose Quartz Lift and Glow peel-off mask that they say will lift, brighten, and tighten, as well as unclog pores. I am not a fan of peel-off masks that usually have super crap ingredients, but maybe Wishful and Huda Beauty will come through on this one. We'll have to wait and see. This I thought was interesting. Rare Beauty usually launches on the website and at Sephora, but this one I can only find on the Rare Beauty website. This is their new Discovery palette called Came to Play. It's $29. Again, really pretty color story. I'm not sure why it's not on Sephora's website yet, but maybe they're doing like the Jaclyn Cosmetics Ulta thing where they launch it on their website first and then bounce it over to Sephora. So we'll have to see whether it shows up on Sephora's website next week. I imagine it will. Now, you know there's usually one thing, sometimes two, that catch my eye, and I just stop everything I'm doing when I'm writing my script and I just go buy it. This was my thing this week, the Glossier Balm.com cookie butter flavor. It's $12. They're also selling a Glossier logo-shaped cookie cutter for $5. And I did find out that you can get a cookie cutter for free when you spend over $50 because I did that because I haven't tried a lot of Glossier. So I figured it would be good for me as a makeup reviewer to have kind of that as part of my repertoire, knowing how Glossier formulas are. So I'll keep you posted. Over at Sephora, there seems to be a new one of these sets every single week. This week, it's the Sephora Favorites Lashstash To Go Mascara Sampler Set, $29. I absolutely love these. I think they're a great way to try out a bunch of different mascaras. They usually last, me at least, the full 3 months before you're really supposed to throw a mascara away. The sample sizes usually have quite a bit of product. So you can get a full year of mascara if you stretch it out of this set, which I think is great. But then also they give you a voucher when you've tried them all to get a full size of whichever one you like the most. So that takes at least $20, $22, $24 off of the $29 price because you do get that full size, which I think is fantastic. So in this set, you get to try the Bite Beauty Upswing Mascara, the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara, the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Double-Ended Mascara, the Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star Mascara, and the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. So yeah, that's available now too. This I thought was interesting. The iconic London Glaze dual-ended eyeshadow crayons, $30. There's 6 shades available. It looks like there's a crayon on one side and then like a liquid eyeshadow with a doe foot applicator on the other side. But it didn't seem like the shades were exactly matching, which I think was an interesting choice. They say that, quote, there's no need for brushes, just sweep, pat, smudge, and blend your way to beguiling eye looks. It's the easiest ultra glam look you'll ever do. So very good marketing there. I think it looks like a pretty product. Another one with interesting marketing, the Wander Beauty Upgraded Lashes Treatment Mascara. It's 26 bucks. They say the mascara includes a nourishing lash active that promotes longer, fuller looking lashes. They say the mascara itself is for volumizing and lengthening. Yeah, have you ever used a mascara that claims to have like a lash serum inside of it? I'm curious to know whether you've found success with that before. I don't think I've ever used a mascara like that, so I'd be curious to know your experience. And then we're gonna get a little bougie before we move over to Ulta. This is the Guerlain Holiday 2021 collection. There's a new Terracotta Sunkissed Natural Bronzer Powder. It's 56 bucks. Their annual Meteorites Highlighting Powder Pearls. Those are $64. I always find those to be so pretty. Not pretty enough for me to buy them, but very pretty nonetheless. There's two marbled versions of their Rouge G refillable lipstick. Those are $34 each. And then there's some new case designs. I'm not sure if the case designs specifically go with the holiday collection, but they're labeled as new on Sephora's website. So I figured I'd show you just in case. They're $37.50 each. So yeah. That's available at Sephora now. And over at Ulta, just two relatively large collections that I wanted to mention. The Little Twin Stars and Wet n Wild collection. And this is part, if I'm not mistaken, of the kind of Hello Kitty family of products. So I don't know anything about the Little Twin Stars. I've seen them around, but I am not familiar. So feel free to educate me down below. The full collection set is $74. The description on this is super weak. It doesn't tell you the individual products you get. Like there's way more in the picture than there is in the description, but it looks like there is a primer, a setting spray, some blush palettes or cheek palettes, highlighter, a 15 pan pigment palette, eyeliners, lip glosses, lip balm, sponges, brushes, and some kind of cleanser in there as well. They do have a lot of them available individually, but the website is a mess right now. I don't know if you're experiencing this over at Ulta, but I'm finding like when I click over on Ulta's website, especially with brand new products, a lot of them give me errors and I can't add them to my basket. Like it's like they're perpetually loading forever. So that was happening with this collection. So I'm curious to know whether you're finding that when you go to the Ulta website, like what is going on over there? Because I had the same problem with the BH Cosmetics Holiday 2021 collection that we're going to talk about now. I didn't see a bundle for everything like I saw with the Wet n Wild, but they do have the individual products available. And I couldn't get some of them to load. So I only have a few of them on the screen. It's not the whole collection. You can go over to Ulta's website and hopefully it functions for you. I'll know. But even looking at them, like nothing really stood out about this. Like it just seems like it's so boring. Packaging isn't very interesting. The color stories aren't very interesting. Like nothing is standing out about this, unlike some of the other holiday collections that I've seen coming out. So yeah, I mean, if you love it, go for it. It's just not going to be me this time. All right, PR of the week. I did get a package from Milani this week, so I want to talk to you about the things that I used today. This was the pamphlet that they included in it. It says Milani Makers. We are Milani. We are Luxe for all. And I see like Michaela and Jazz. I don't know a lot of these influencers. If you know them, let me know who you recognize. I just know Michaela and Jazz. Those are the only ones that I've seen before. But now that I've been introduced to them, I will go and look up their social media channels. So basically it just says for their 20th anniversary, they're proud to celebrate their community of Milani makers. Like you, they are innovators, creators, culture shakers, risk takers, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And there's a whole collection to go with it. So let's talk about what I used today. So on my cheeks today, I used the cream blush palette and it's already looking like pretty dirty. What is going on here? So this is the blush palette that I used. I used this shade over here and it went on really nicely. It was very easy to blend and build. And I've never used a Milani cream blush, so I was excited to use this and I'm gonna be using it more. This is a first impression. So I don't know about lasting power, but I think it looks really pretty on my skin tone. I wasn't sure based on the depth whether it would be too bold for me, but it really blended in nicely. And I can see where it would build nicely if you are of a deeper skin tone, or you could sheer it out more if you are of a lighter skin tone than me. I think this is going to be nice for a lot of people. On my eyes today, I did wear their Ungilded Most Love Mattes palette, and this reminded me so much of a Tarte palette. Doesn't it look like it's like Tarte Reloaded or Too Faced Reloaded from like 2018 to me? But I mean, it worked good. Some of the shades I had a little bit of trouble with them blending away as I was using them, which was kind of disappointing. I did have to go back and forth and just blend and blend and blend to get them to show up properly, which was, you know, it's kind of but it is a pretty palette and I'm going to be using it more and I'll keep you updated in favorites and fails how it's working for me. So far it's just kind of meh. And then on my lips, one of my favorite lipstick formulas right now, I'm so excited they came out with a bunch of more natural colors. This is the shade Desire from their Color Fetish line. Let me go ahead and swatch it for you because it is just, this is my shade. This is just brings me so much joy. It smells good too. It smells like vanilla and it's just really creamy. It did look a little bit matte and flat on my lips, so I did add one thing to it. This was sent to me a long time ago by Milk Makeup. This is their highlighter in Lit, so I just tapped a little bit of this on top of my lips just to give it a little bit of shine. So there's that on its own, and then let me just tap it on so you can see kind of what I did with my lipstick. And I just like doing that just to kind of make my lips a little more three-dimensional instead of just so matte and flat, but it's a really comfortable lipstick formula. I really love this a lot. So thank you, Milani, for sending this collection over. I'm looking forward to trying it some more. All right, we've got a few notable sales this week. We have the ColourPop 25% off site-wide sale, but I do want to give you a warning if you are sensitive to blinking. I know some people with seizure disorders and different other things happening have trouble with things blinking. Their website is blinking right now, so please do not go over there if a visual blinking of color switching really quickly bothers you. Stay away from the website. That really freaked me out. I don't know why companies do that. I think that's really dangerous and awful. Maybe it's not blinking fast enough, but just wanted to warn you because it bothered me and I'm not even sensitive to it. So there's that, and then there's the IT Cosmetics 25% off site-wide sale going on right now. There's also a Flower Beauty Friends and Family 20% off site-wide. Code you need for that one is FRIENDS20. And then just a reminder that the Sephora sale is coming up first week in November. I did release a suggestions video that I'm going to link down below for you for my recommendations for the Sephora sale in case you didn't check it out yet. And then finally, our artist shout out of the week. We're gonna be talking about the Trash Mask. I love that username. It's such a good username. Looks like she's doing 31 days of Halloween, so I just picked out a few of her Halloween looks. They're incredible. They're absolutely incredible. So the first one is called Death is Only the Beginning. And usually with looks like this, you see them very blended out. They're very, soft on the edges, but she just went in hard. She carved out the skull with the sharpness. Like, it just looks really good. It looks cool. I also love that she made it pink and not just white. Like, that's awesome. And then of course the jewels and the lashes set things off absolutely perfectly. Moving over to the second look, this one's called Split Personality. So cute. I love the half pumpkin, half skeleton thing going on and the placement of the gems just to further accentuate the split sides. And then of course the wig with the split sides with the orange, it's cool. It's so cool. I also like that she took the time to add the spider to her neck. Like, after doing all of that, it's like, I'm just gonna put a spider on my neck. She wasn't done, but I love that she added that touch. It's so cool. And then finally, what is a 31 Days of Halloween without a Victorian clown? I mean, gotta round it out, right? And what really stood out to me about this look is where she placed the gold. I think the gold really brings this look to life. It really gives it an extra dimension, and it almost gives kind of a steampunk kind of vibe, which I think is super cool. I also love the wavy brows that she did and the way that she shaded out the designs on her eyes. It just looks perfect. Like, all of her looks are like this. I feel how much joy she has creating these looks through the camera. All of the extra details that she puts in, it just gives the impression of that she very much enjoys creating these looks. So if you would like to join me in following her, I will leave her Instagram down below for you to check it out. And that, my friend, was what's up in makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this show. And thank you, as always, to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you so much for all of your submissions this week. I appreciate you so very much. I do want to let you know that there will be no edited What's Up in Makeup next week. My mom and I are headed for a mother-daughter trip to New York City. We have never done that before, and we are very excited to experience the city together. So I will be out of town next week, so I won't have a Friday video up, and What's Up in Makeup is going to be the live version next week. So it's going to be live chat, but we're going to be doing all of the What's Up in Makeup stuff during live chat, and we'll talk about it live. It's really fun. If you've never been to one of those, I'll link some of them down below for you to check out. They really are a lot of fun. But speaking of that, our chat today is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Hopefully you can join us, but if you can't join us, it is no problem. You can always join us on the replay. It's very easy to find if you're subscribed. You could just go over to your subscription feed and it should be be there. But if you're not subscribed, you can also get there by going to my channel page and clicking on my videos and then clicking on the video titled Live Chat. Thank you again so much for watching What's Been Makeup. I hope you loved it, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.